come with me. 100 meters. Now you're gonna see all the videos from my second week when I started the project. I started the project on the 2nd of June. This is week 2, which is starting on Sunday, which was the 8th. You're gonna see the sprints I've done on Tuesday, and then the running on Thursday, and then the long run in the weekend. In this week, you see that it's still pretty hot, so I was running midday, and I was starting to experiencing my sprints. Pretty tough. But before we continue, subscribe right now. Please like the video because it will help the channel to grow. Let's go to the week. Well, I couldn't run in the morning because I started to work at 5 a.m. and I cannot run at night because I will finish by 7 p.m. and well, it will be too cold. This is the first time that I'm gonna run outside at midday. Remember, I'm in Australia, so even though it's quite cold, still very sunny. So I'll need to put the sunscreen. I said I don't like as much, but need to. I'm gonna go running now at midday. The other option would be running on a treadmill, but I did run on a treadmill the last time. It was intervals, some sprints. Didn't like, I hurt my knee. So I'm gonna try to do now on the street, and I think it's gonna be better. It's always better to run on the street. And it's fun as well. So normally when I go on the street, I use my yellow marshmallow, my Hoka, because it's thick like this with the carbon fiber plates. And I'm not confident to use that on a treadmill yet because the stack's too high. So I'm afraid that I'm gonna trip off or something. Maybe in the future, I don't believe so. Normally when I run on the treadmill, I use other shoes. But when I run on the road, I use this carbon fiber. Feels better, feels good. So let's go. Well, what I can describe for today's run, like I said before, a warm up 1 kilometer, then 10 sprints. It was tough. The first 4 sprints of 400 meters, I kept the jogging, resting between. Starting from the 5th one, I couldn't jog anymore, I need to walk. But I did the sprints, all of them with the intensity I should have done it. Now that I finished, I'm tired. Wow, the last 2 were tough, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm having the strength days as well. And normally I run on a Sunday and my rest is on a Saturday. This week I couldn't run on a Sunday, so I ran Saturday and rested on Sunday. When Monday came and I was supposed to lift weights, I was more rested than I normally am. I lifted more. I could lift it more, and I'm on a strength block, so I did more. But because I'm working on my core, my glutes, my unilateral control with individual legs because of the surgeries I had, I pushed harder. And then during the sprints, I felt my lower back because of all the weight I lifted yesterday. Doesn't mean that I did it wrong. No, not at all, because I could complete. But running a marathon comes with the learning that you need to rest when you're supposed to rest. You need to run slow when you're supposed to run slow. Even if you feel that you could go more, your body needs stimuli and rest to adapt from that stimuli. Do not jeopardize your preparation, pushing too hard in a moment that you shouldn't. Take care of that. And this is another reason why you should take longer to prepare for something like this. If you're coming from a similar situation as mine, or if you're even less fit than I am starting now this project. Well, today's Thursday. I'm gonna run 7.5 kilometers, which is almost the same thing I did on Tuesday. That was a sprint. But as you remember, I said before, it was tough because I've pushed harder on my weight training on the Monday. Then I was tired on the Tuesday and it was harder than I thought it would be. And then guess what? On a Wednesday, I adjusted the intensity of my strength training so I could work what I needed to work without burning myself out. It's quite cold outside. This is why I'm putting this. Even though it's sunny, it's cold. It's gonna be nice to run. But because I did this and because I cut the intensity of my workout yesterday, which is actually what training smart means,
I did what I needed to do, but it wasn't a day to increase the weight. It wasn't a day to do crazy intensity. It was a day to maintain what I need to do. And that's what I did. And it worked. So I'm feeling much better today. Not only energy levels, but joint wise, my knees are better, my hips are better. And that's what training in high volume means. There are some days you're gonna need to adjust the intensity, and that's pretty much feeling. The more you train, the more you know your body, more you're gonna be able to adapt. And also, that's where the ego comes into the question, because theoretically, I wanted to live more. Theoretically, it's all about the no pain, no gain stuff, but well, that's not what actually happens when you're talking about performance. You need to adjust the intensity. And now with everything we have in hand, with the science and how we can train, it's just as stupid pushing every freaking day the hardest you can. Long story short, I'm feeling much better. I'm gonna do my workouts today, which means some intervals. I'm mostly doing intervals at this time, but this won't be as much sprint. We'll be always warming up a kilometer that Bruno puts to me, my coach. 1 kilometer at Z2, which is a sustainable pace. Then I will repeat for 5 times this sequence. 300 meters at Z2, which is a nice pace. 200 meters at Z3, which is a little bit faster, but it's still moderate. 100 meters at Z4, which is a stronger pace, and then come down again. Z3 for 200 meters, Z2 for 300 meters. Then we repeat it again. And we do this 5 times. And then cool down for 1 kilometer. So pretty cool. Something to run in 36, 40 minutes. I'm excited. I'm excited with this journey. I'm feeling that it's part of my character running 3 times a week. I'm enjoying. And I'm checking to see how much I can... far out. Forgot. For how much I can increase and decrease or adapt to my training. So let's go. Time to run. Are you more into music, playlists when you're running, or podcast? I'm definitely the podcast kind of person because I don't feel like I'm able to sit down and listen to podcasts. I need to listen to a podcast while I'm doing something else that is more mechanical. I'm team podcast. Let's go full black. Full black today. Wow. Fast forward, I'm still getting used to run around midday. Today was better, like I said, with long sleeve, but I realize, and that's my week's lesson, I enjoy much more running on a comfortable pace. It may sound obvious, but when you're used to run 5K, 4Ks, even 10Ks, I would say for some people, it's all about how fast you can do, not about enjoying the run. If you are doing 5Ks and you're enjoying the run, or if you're doing 3Ks and you're doing intervals and you're doing it right, because running is about enjoying. For me, as I want to do something that is a challenge for the human body, is specifically a challenge for me, I need to push hard at some points because that will prepare me for what's coming. Running 42Ks, it's not for everybody, and I'm aware of that. That's one of the reasons I want to show myself that I can do it. And I always try to adapt if something happens, but I'm preparing myself to not be caught in those situations. Like extremely aggressive injuries. An injury here and there may happen because of the volume, but I can treat it and manage it. But my week's lesson is that how good it is to follow a program, at least for me, and be able to succeed. Day of success. Because it's a Thursday, I'm able to run. I'm just grateful for that. And well, it was such a nice run. 7.5K. I didn't need to push myself. My watch was telling me when I need to go faster or go slower. Love it. That's what running is about. That's what exercise is about. That moment where you realize that, all right, I'm taking care of myself. That's good. I like it. You can do that too. I already have a course that is called Essential Habit, and you can go there and see my whole methodology. And the course is designed for those who want to make exercise a habit in their life. But they've tried everything. They don't know how to do it. That's why I developed the behavioral personal training methodology. And this is why I support my methodology in a behavior assessment, the DISC analysis, because every person is different. We are all different we all have similarities, but you don't need to follow someone that doesn't think the same way as you. You can go into my methodology, you can go to my course, and you can follow what is designed specifically for you. So if you want to check more about it, comment here below. If you can go to the description of the video, you're gonna see the link to my course. Look, it's been changing lives, and it changed my life completely. The system I'm using right now, it's based on my DISC analysis and where I sit in my behavioral personal training methodology. So lesson of the week, love it. I'm building a community. I'm building a community of like-minded people that want to improve their life, and they're going to use the exercise as the keystone habits or the cornerstone habits of their life. Happier life, that's it. Happy, I'm happy today. Very happy.
Sunday routine is always the same. Like, go check the weather. Today we weren't too late in the bed because it's cold. It was comfortable. I'm going to run now at 8:30, almost 9. So I need to have a lot of sunscreen. And if I can give you a tip, get it done as soon as possible. I think today will not be a problem because it's super sunny, but it's also cold in the shade. I think it will be nice to get out and do a run now. Just comfortable. But if it was summer, it would be too late. But now it's just comfortable. Temperature is okay. Let's get it done. But that's my tip. If you can start as soon as possible, do it. And then the third week started. It was the first time that I recorded to you, not only before, but inside the workout. You can see how tough it is to do the sprints, to actually push harder. I'm sorry if there is any noise, but I was sprinting. And it was also the first time that I need to leave home to run while it was raining. And that's a defining moment in every runner's life. Being caught by rain while you're raining, it's fine. But leave home when it's already raining? Well, I did it. Check.
It's another good day for a run. So let me see what we have today. 6.4K, but we're gonna have some sprints, lots of sprints. 1 kilometer warming up at Z1. Z1, it's, well, I'm gonna explain that later.
Well, I'm gonna explain it now. You have different zones of effort when you're training, which will dictate the intensity of your workout. Z1, it's very light effort, something around 50 to 60% of your maximum heart rate, and is well known as a recovery zone. This is why we use it to warm up. Z2, it's easy endurance. It's something around 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. It is a zone where you can hold a conversation comfortably. It's also the foundation to build aerobic capacity and endurance. So in a long run like a marathon, I'm probably gonna be most of the time in my Z2. Z3 is tempo, comfortably hard pace where you can maintain short sentences in a conversation. Something around 70 or 80% of your maximum heart rate. So you feel that you are already pushing. Zone 4 is your threshold, your lactate threshold, which means it's the hardest effort you can sustain for a little bit longer. Typically around 80 to 90% of your maximum heart rate. So you're not gonna be in this zone for longer. Otherwise, your performance will start to drop. Longer runs like a marathon, like I said, we stay mostly in Z2, Z1. Because if you push to Z4, your performance will drop and you may need to stop. And Z5 is your VO2 max. Very hard, high intensity effort, pushing your cardiovascular system to the limit. We normally use that with intervals to improve your VO2 maximal, your lungs capacity, your capacity to absorb oxygen and use it in your training. Typically above 90% of your maximum heart rate. This zone 5 is divided in A, B, C. Where is fucking heavy, hard sprint, sub-maximal sprint, maximum sprint. You're gonna see the sprints I did here. They were in zone 5. Tough. Well, let's get back to the video now.
1 kilometer at Z1, then you're gonna have 400 meters at Z4 and 100 meters at Z1, recovery. 2 times this. Then we're gonna have 300 meters Z5A, which is sprint, and 100 meters Z1, recovery. 3 times that. Then we're gonna have 200 meters at Z5B, which is sub-maximum, sprint, sub-maximum. Then 100 meters Z1 recovery, 4 times that. Then you will have 100 meters maximum sprint, and then 100 meters recovery. We're gonna do that for 5 times. Then another 1 kilometer at Z1 to cool down. Well, I'm glad that today's kind of cloudy, so it's all good. It's not gonna be super hot, even though I'm running at midday. It's a good day for a run.
You heard that? No. It's just gonna be 300. 300 meters. It's not shaking too much. You can see the noise of the road. Hate sprints. I was supposed to be doing little jogging between the sprints, but I just needed to walk the 100 meters. We're going for the last sprint. You come with me. 100 meters. Oh gosh. Well, that was the last sprint for today. Now it's 100 meters, Z1, and then 1 kilometer cool down. Then I'm gonna do a little jog until I get home. Oh gosh. Well, finish. It's hard to sprint holding the phone, as you could see, but I think it's nice for you to have an idea of what would be the sprint. Next time I try to record with a camera, like film it from one place only, and I pass running, so you can see it better. But it was tough. Well, look my collar. It's good. Well, as you can see, it's not very bright outside. So I woke up, it's Saturday actually. And I thought, all right, today it's gonna be my first running with rain since I started Project Marathon. But apparently, nah. I saw a rainbow early today. I think it's gonna rain, but it's not raining at the moment. Let's see. Well, it did rain. A lot. Very much. But lucky enough, the weather is good. It's super, I don't know, even though I left home was cloudy, now it's not anymore. It's quite good. Plus, I don't know if you can see, it's all wet. But it was a great run. I ran Z2, so light Z2, Z1, I think, 9 kilometers. But half of the way was raining, like a lot, and the other half of the rain was sunny. So I'm all wet, but not as much as I was. It was good. Temperature is good. I like it. It's really hard to leave home when it's already raining, but it's good to run in the rain. I like it. In the next video, you're gonna watch my week number 4, and I broke. Yeah, you're gonna see that the intensity was a lot, and I thought that I was sick, and I recorded for you everything I felt. How was it? It was tough. Couldn't run, I didn't feel fine, and that defined the continuation of this project. If you watched the whole video and you are here listening to me right now, like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and I see you in the next video.